peeps, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sasha K here. For today's video, your girl is doing a little teeny bit of comparison. We are going to be comparing the Laura Mercier translucent powder. This one's in the shade medium deep. This is their newer shade that they just came out with, more of a brown girl friendly, and this is the original Laura Mercier translucent powder. So because the focus is going to be on the Laura Mercier translucent powder, I've already applied my foundation, I did my eyes and partially my brows. So yeah, we're gonna jump right into the under eyes situation. Okay, so for concealer today I'm gonna be using my Tarte. This is actually my lightest concealer that I have. It's the Tarte Maracuja concealer. It doesn't say what shade it is in, but yeah, this is what it looks like, and it's literally the lightest concealer that I have. And I figured because I'm going to be going darker under eyes with the powder, with the setting powder, it makes sense for me to go with a lighter concealer. So I'm going in with the medium deep. I knocked out some in the cover. Now here goes. It goes on like butter. I mean, just like the first one, I'm not gonna lie. The first one I think is the same formula. They're very smooth. But I feel like if you're darker than my skin tone, this will probably work for you. But it's not really doing much highlighting for me. I feel like right now it's just set in my face, which is why I went with a hella lighter concealer. So at least underneath it all, like my face can still look highlighted. So I'm gonna look highlighted but not overdone. You know what I mean? I feel like for me this powder is gonna be great as an all-over setting powder for my face because it's pretty close to my skin tone. I'm basically setting my entire face with this powder. Okay, you guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off my brows and the rest of my face off camera, and then I will come back and I will give you guys like my final input. So BRB. For me, number one, I use a concealer that is literally way off my skin tone. It is super light. So that way when I apply this darker setting powder, it kind of offset the fact that this is so dark. Translucent doesn't necessarily mean that it doesn't leave color. I feel like this powder, it does give you a little bit of color. This also, I feel like, gives you a little bit of white cast color, right? And again, this is for my skin tone. It might not work for yours. This is great as an all-over setting powder for me. I also find if I use a concealer that is 3, maybe 4 shades lighter than my skin tone, because honestly, like a lot of these brands, they will make concealers that are more light skin, you know, pale skin friendly. Take for this concealer that I used today. When I bought it online, like it's one of the darkest shade they had. So I thought it was gonna be not very far off from my skin tone, but it turns out it actually was really far off. I bought this concealer and I was like, fuck, there goes my money because I'm never gonna use it. It's too light. Having the medium deep powder definitely helped with that. It's what I'm wearing today. My face has never been this smooth for a long time, and I think because I use it to set all over my face and I used the beauty blender sponge, I was down to set everything. I am loving this powder. The original one does the same thing. Like I feel they both set very smoothly under the eyes. I've actually worn this once before I filmed this video, so I do know that it helps to keep my foundation lasting a very long time, you guys. So I super recommend this. I don't know what else to say about this. If you are like my skin tone or darker, I feel like it will work as a setting powder, but just know that your concealer does need to be like at least a couple shades lighter than your skin tone. Otherwise, I don't know if it's gonna highlight as much as you want. Usually girls tend to go with the really light under eyes because it's been like the trend, but I feel like if you want more of a subtle, I'm highlighted but I'm not like all up in your face. I don't think I would bake with this powder necessarily. I'd bake with the other one because they all oxidize when you're, you know, when it starts to really blend in with your natural, with the natural oils of your skin. Like they all oxidize to a certain extent, you know what I mean? You know, I love the powder. I highly recommend it. Again, it depends on your skin tone. It may or may not work for you, but it's working for me. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let a bitch know, okay? So yeah, that is my review of the Laura Mercier translucent powder in the shade medium deep. And in comparison to the original, I say the formula is exactly the same. One is just darker, y'all, but they work just the same, just as perfect, just as smooth. I absolutely love them. I will keep them both. You know, when you're a lover of makeup, this day you might want to be subtle, and tomorrow you might want to be like all up in everybody's face, you know what I mean? All up in everybody's face, subtle. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out, and yeah, follow your girl on social media at SSL Makeup, and I will see you guys in the next one. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Look more, my peeps. Look more.